I am so excited to be doing this again. Guys, let me keep it a buck. I haven't been here in a long time. I've forgotten how to do this whole YouTube thing. I don't know how it works anymore. I've been back in SA for a hot minute now, but I've been procrastinating because I feel like I don't know how to speak to the camera anymore. So I just thought, you know what, let me just get back into it, like just jump into it, and yeah, we'll see how it goes, okay? So all those introduction stuff, just think about it in your head and remember it, and maybe in the next 3 videos I'll know how to do it. But today I actually wanted to tell y'all about a really traumatic time in my life. I can laugh about it now. Actually, I can't. I just laugh about it. Y'all know I just laugh in serious situations and it just makes it lighter. But real chat, this was really traumatic. But above the trauma, I think it just helped me see God as a protector so much in my life and as just the God who cares. A God who cares, the God that cares, you know? And so I want to share this, I don't know, as a testimony, to bring hope, to bring light, and, you know, as a story. Why not? Because this day was really wild. So let's get into it. Yeah, okay. So this is the story about how I almost got hijacked. But more importantly, how God saved my life, for real. Like, I really believe God saved my life, okay? And you'll understand why in a minute. So, it was this one Friday before I went to YWAM, a week before I went to YWAM actually. YWAM, I'm going to be telling you more about it in the next video. I'm so excited about it. But anyways, I'd gone out with my friends, you know, just to celebrate whatever we were celebrating. I don't know if we were celebrating or we're just going out, whatever. One thing about me and my friends, we will have a time, okay? We will go out and have a great time without any crazy stuff. Like, just whether we're eating or just sitting together, we just have a cracker of a time. Anyways, so we were out at some restaurant, and the plan for that day was I was going to be with my friends till around about 8:30 when I had to fetch my sister at Elevates Agents, which is like a youth thing. Ugh, complicated to explain it, but it's church, basically at church. And then we're gonna come back home. So I was driving my mom's car then, right? Cool. So okay, so then around about 6, my one friend has to go back home because they left pots on the stove and she needs to go check them basically and cook and stuff like that. So we all decided, okay, you know what, we'll just go hang out at her house till around about 8 and then we'll probably all go our separate ways, right? Cool. So we go to her house. As we're going, I get a call from my mom who says she's gonna need the car because my brother was on his way back from work just for the weekend, and he got a puncture somewhere on the road at a particularly like not the safest place, right? So my mom now had to go help him, which was like an hour and a half away from where we stay, but she couldn't use the car that was at home, which was my late grandpa's car. So she said she needs her car. But then obviously I was still out with my friends and my sister was gonna end up going with my mom. So I could choose to just go home or I could stay with my friends. But my mom was like, you know what, we'll just exchange. We'll find a space, we'll exchange cars. So I'll take my grandpa's car, she'll take her car, and then she'll go fetch my brother. Cool, we do that. So I go and I exchange the car with my brother, with my mother. Funny thing is, literally, this is so crazy. So the car is like an old, what do you call it? Nissan Sentra, right? It's like quite an old one. But I was very impressed with myself because I was doing well driving that car. Because I had just gotten my license like 2 months back. So driving such an old car well, like I was driving it frequently. So I was really impressed with myself. And I was driving with a friend. So I was just the other friends, so there was 4 of us, right? There was 3 friends and myself. So the other 2 friends stayed at the one friend's house, and then my friend Keith, I can just say his name. My friend Keith came along with me, and then we're gonna go back to the other friend's house. Cool. So I'm out here. Okay, I swapped the car with my mom, and then I'm telling Keith about how much I'm so impressed with myself, you know, how I can drive this car. And he's also like, you know, like giving me the nod of approval. Nod of approval is crazy, guys. I meant nod of approval. Okay, I can speak English, please. And guys, if you know, Keith is the group leader, okay? Keith is the group leader. So if he gives you approval for anything, you just know you're doing the damn things. So I was like, you know, quite impressed with myself. But anyways, so we're talking about that, and then after that we were speaking about crime in South Africa. I don't know how we got to that topic, but we're talking about that. And we're just talking about how it's so crazy that we could all live in South Africa but have such a different experience, because other people, like, they know crime, like they've experienced so much crime, others haven't. And I at that time happened to not have had any real experience with crime. Maybe small things like petty theft and stuff, but I'd never been robbed, like at gunpoint, knife, anything. I'd never been, I don't know, pickpocketed. I'd never been pickpocketed. Our house had never been broken into and all of that, you know. And it wasn't necessarily to say I'm better than people or I do things better. It was just an observation that we were having, sort of, as how so many different people who live in the same country, same space, even same city, can have such a vast and different experience, you know, with crime. And the devil was like, okay. He was really like, okay, cool, we see you. Anyways, so cool. Keith and I go to my other friend's house, and we all chilling there. We're there for a hot minute. Now, remember, my sister didn't go to agents anymore. She went with my mom. So I'm there contemplating whether I should stay. Or actually, I was there waiting for my mom to call me and tell me that they're back, for me to come back home, because I kind of didn't want to be back home at night alone. So I was sitting there, 8 goals, 9 goals, we're still there. But now at that friend's house, her sister is going to have an all-night prayer there. So time is ticking. I have to make a decision of whether I'm going to leave or, you know, what's going to happen, because I can't really, I hadn't planned to be at the all-night prayer. So I should have stayed at that all-night prayer, but I hadn't planned to. So some time goes by, now it's past 10, and the all-night prayer is gonna start soon, maybe in about an hour. So my friends and I, we all decide, okay, you know what, maybe it's actually time to just go back home. It's quite late anyways. My mom still hasn't called, so I'm also still like a bit uneasy, but it's fine. Like, it's not like anything's gonna happen to me. It's not like anything is gonna happen to me at home, so it's fine, right? Oh, okay, I'll mention that later. It's fine. So yeah, we all leave. So they live on the other side. Like, I live on the outskirts of my city, actually. Like, it's still in the city, but quite on the outskirts. And everyone else lives quite centrally. So they go their own way. I get into that car. Like I said, it's an old Nissan Sentra, right? So I get in, I pray. Obviously, every evening, actually, when I drive, I pray. So that wasn't anything crazy, but I'm like, Lord, please protect me, please go with me. And I'm on that road, and I'm just trying not to go crazy, right? Because driving at night has always been sort of a scary thing for me, but not too scary. Like, it's not that I can't do it. It's just a bit daunting, but it's fine. I pray about it, and then I get on the road. Okay. So I'm on the road, I don't know how to explain this. So to get to my house, you have to go into this main road. Before that main road, there's another main road. So I'm first like going in between the houses. So that's where I'm driving. And it's basically like a shortcut, and then I'll go onto the main road, right? So I'm going in between the houses. It's quite dark, but there's some light. There's no cars around me. It's cool. I'm driving. Okay. Now I'm just at the exit of the roads within the houses, and I'm ready to go into the main road, right? So I'm there, waiting, there's no car. I turn in, like, okay, so it's like this, right? So then I have to turn like this. Okay, yeah, let me explain the way to my house first. So I'm here, right? I have to turn like this. What's this? Left. I have to turn left, right? And then there's a traffic light here. And then I pass that traffic light. And there's another traffic light here. This is like a T-junction. So then in this traffic light, I'm going to turn right. I'm going to turn right. And then I'm going to go straight right, straight, up until a petrol station. Then I'm going to pass the petrol station. Just go up a little bit as if I'm going to Middleburg. Then I'll get in. Right? So that's my house. Those who know, those who don't, whatever. Anyways, I'm explaining because this is important. So now I'm like this, right? I get in. Okay, I'm driving. As I'm driving, okay, one car comes and then passes. Mind you, this Nissan Sentra is quite like low. So other lights are quite bright. Like they just seem so bright when they're behind me, right? So one car comes, lights are bright, it passes, it goes through, okay, whatever, still driving. Then another one comes, like from nowhere. I don't know where this car came from, but from nowhere it just comes and it's just bright lights behind me, right? And I'm thinking, okay, this is making me a little bit uncomfortable, but it's fine because it's the Nissan Sentra. So it's quite low and every car's lights just seem bright. Cool, I don't pay any mind, but I'm still uneasy. So I'm aware, but I'm not trying to panic yet. Okay, I go, still behind me. Then this car comes next to me, right? And when I just look real quick, there's two men that I see. It's a what do you call that? What do you call those cars? As I'm editing, I remember the name of the car. It's an Avanza. That's the name of the car. Oh my goodness, I don't know why I kept forgetting. But yeah, an Avanza. So there's like, it's a 7-seater basically. And when I turn, there's two men that I can clearly see, right? The windows are a bit tinted, so I don't clearly see the men, but I see that there's two men and they look into the car. And okay, I'm feeling even more uneasy because I'm just like, why are they looking into the car? It's giving creepy. Mind you, my grandpa's car, the windows are not tinted at all, so you can see quite literally everything. I'm one girl in this car. At that time I was wearing a crop top and I was wearing baggy pants, right? So I don't know what they're seeing, but it's making me a little bit uneasy. So then I decide, so right, I said there's a traffic light here where you can turn into this road, turn right into that road, and then there's that one where it's like a T-junction. So instead of going to the T-junction, I decide I'm gonna turn at this traffic light because there's also a way to go to my house here. It's just a bit more complex, but let me just do that because they're on this side of the road now, right? They're next to me. So it's only my side of the road that legally allows you to turn. They're on this side that just allows you to go straight, right? So I'm just thinking they're on this side, they're probably gonna go straight. Let me just turn in here because they're making me uneasy. I turn. Okay, and the traffic light is red. It's turning red at least. As I turn, these people speed turn with me. I'm like, oh my goodness.
It's about to go down.
This is really it. Now I'm freaking out. I am freaking out. I am speeding in this car that obviously doesn't have that much horsepower, but I'm speeding in this car, speeding over speed humps, trying to call my mom. I'm calling my mom. I call her. I'm like, they're following me. She's like, who? What? Calm down. I'm like, there's people here. They're following me. She's like, where are you? I'm like, I'm near Panorama. There's a school there. So I'm freaking out. Mind you, I'm out here also trying to drive. So at this point, once they turn, now it's a full-on chase. These people come next to me and they start bumping into me as if they're trying to like get me out of the way, right? So now I'm speeding. I go onto the other side. They come next to me again and they're like bumping into me like that, like legit. Now in my mind at that time, I'm thinking, okay, maybe they want the car. Maybe they want me. Maybe they want the car. If it's the car that they want, I'm thinking, should I get out of this car? Should I just give it to them? Like, this is, mind you, like, I'm thinking real quick because it's in the moment. So I'm thinking, should I get out the car? But if I get out of the car, what are they gonna do to me, you know? And now, as I'm calling my mom, they're trying to bump into me. So they probably see me on the phone. I'm like, now they're gonna kill me. They're gonna take my phone, they're gonna throw it away, or they're gonna take it and sell it. They're gonna kill me. Actually, before they kill me, they're gonna me. Ooh, they're gonna create do that thing. Sorry, YouTube. I forget that YouTube censors stuff like that, or is very sensitive. But I'm thinking they're gonna do that. They're gonna take me, do whatever they want to with me. They're gonna take my body, chop it into pieces. This is South Africa, guys. This is really South Africa. Like, let's keep it a buck, okay? And I've read stories of people being chopped into pieces. I'm like, they're gonna take me, they're gonna chop me into pieces. I live near wooded areas, so I'm like, they're gonna throw my pieces in there. Like, another reason I'm calling my mom is like, cause in this moment, I'm dead ass thinking I'm not gonna make it alive. At least she'll have heard my voice, you know? And I'm smiling right now, but it's crazy. I'm actually thinking this thing. So then I'm just freaking out. There's someone I know who lives this type, and I'm like, if I go to their house, I first have to call before they open the gate. As I'm calling, these people are gonna get me. I don't know what to do. I'm trying to I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna have to speed home, speed over these speed humps, everything, just speed. And now they're driving faster, so there's a stop sign that's coming. They don't know that I'm actually gonna turn that way, but I'm gonna turn left because that's how I get home. But there's a stop sign coming, and now they go in front of me just to block me. They literally like this, right? I'm like, oh my goodness. I turned. I didn't even hit the brakes at any point. I'm just turning. So as I turn, I genuinely lose control of the wheel. This feels like a dream. This feels like a lucid dream, for real. In that moment, I don't know. I'm like, is this really happening? I'm in that moment, I'm really thinking, is this really happening? Is this really happening? Like, I'm constantly thinking that. And so as I turn and I lose control of the wheel, I'm like, I'm dying. That's when I genuinely thought I was dying. I don't know if my heart was at peace or what, but I was genuinely thinking, that's the end of me. And then the car went in and just hit a wall, right? But at this point, I'm thinking, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like I said, I have not pressed on the brakes at all. So I'm driving at I don't know how many kilometers per hour, and I lose control of the steering wheel, but I'll get there. But I lose control of the steering wheel, and I just go straight into a wall, like straight. And now I'm scared that the car is gonna tumble, maybe catch on fire. My mom is still on the call. Oh no, at this point I had hung up or something, and she was trying to call me, but I don't care because now I have to be focused on this road, right? Mind you, like I said, my mom is like an hour away from me, literally an hour. There's nothing she can do. This poor lady is probably going crazy, right? And I'm just thinking, at least she heard my voice for the last time. I'm dying tonight, you know? And then I just hit the wall, and then I just hear dogs around me, like just dogs barking. And then I wake. I wasn't like sleeping, but I don't know. I was just, like I said, it felt like a lucid dream. So it was like hay feverish, you know? And then when I sort of get to my senses, it took like 3 seconds to be real. But when I get to my senses, there's a man and his dog out here, and he's just mad. This man is mad. He is angry. Understandable, because he doesn't know the situation. And in that moment, my heart starts beating fast because I'm like, these people, now I've stopped somewhere, they're coming. So I'm telling him, there's people chasing me like, Chick, I'm so sorry. I'm literally like, I'm so sorry. There's people following me. I'm so sorry. He probably thinks I'm flipping crazy, but I'm genuinely like, I'm so scared. And then he wants to go in. I'm like, please don't go in. Don't leave me. Like, I'm genuinely saying that because I am scared out of my flipping mind that these people, for some reason, I'm thinking they're gonna park somewhere, they're gonna come into this house and they're gonna beat me up, then they're gonna take me, I don't know, because this could be human trafficking for like, I don't know what's happening, you know? So I'm like, please don't leave. I'm crying. I'm just hysterical. Like, don't leave me. There's people, they're coming. Like, he probably thinks I'm crazy. Then he goes in for a second just to get his phone. I think he's calling the cops or something at that point. He's just mad. Understandable, because backstory, so that same street has like a pub in a sense, and so a lot of people from that pub tend to hit his wall. So he's thinking I'm one of these drunk black people. No, he's not thinking I'm one of the drunk black people, okay? He's not racist, okay? But he's just thinking I'm one of these drunks that just, another one bites the dust at this point. Like, another one hit his wall. Because he's just saying, I'm done. He's like, I'm done. I'm tired. I'm angry. He's talking to someone. I don't know who. But I'm just saying, like, don't leave me. Be angry all you want. Just don't leave me, you know? And then, like, right across, there's a shopping center. Not really, but like a shop. There's shopping center, for lack of a better word. And so a security guard from there comes down, and he's like, are you fine? There's people chasing her. I'm like, thank God I'm not crazy. I'm not, because in that moment I was thinking, is this real? Am I dreaming? What? Like, did I not see that? So when he came and said that was so validating for me. It was like, okay, I'm not crazy. This actually did happen. Then now my mom's calling, like, people are calling. It's just a lot. It was just a lot. And then within 10 minutes, there were security guards, cops, ambulance. It was just crazy. The car, I'll show it here, but the car was just a wreck. It was a wreck. The fact that I made it out there with minimal bruising, like, I did have bruising. My teeth felt a bit like out of place and everything. But the fact that I got out of there with minimal bruising is just evidence of God's grace. And where God comes in is actually here, because when I sit and I think about that whole situation, like, so, okay, let me start here. So you see where I was gonna turn and go home. They came and they stopped at the stop sign, right, trying to block me, and I was gonna turn, where I lost control basically. If I did manage to successfully turn in that road, mind you, they park like this, right, at the stop sign. It can go down. I'm just turning quicker, right? So if I did manage to successfully turn into that road, these people were gonna have sort of like a head start in getting to me. And like I said, I was just 2 months into driving. So I'm a good driver, but not a pro by any means, right? So they were definitely gonna get me. Mind you, this road is like, there used to be a bridge there. So it's built like that. It's literally like that. It goes down and then it goes up. And there's like 3 humps in that road alone. And it's dark and it's wide, right? Because it's like 2 lanes for those going and 2 lanes for those coming. So it's wide, it's dark, it's humpy, it's weird. These men were going to get me. Like, they were. It was going to be chai for me. It was going to be done. I don't know if you would have heard about me in the newspapers or what, but it was really going to be done, because they were going to have a head start. They were going to have a wider way to kind of block me. They were going to crash into me maybe. That's the part where the wooded area starts. So they were going to have their way with me. I don't know if there was actually 2 men or more, because like I said, it's a 7-seater. There could be someone else in the back. I don't know, right? So they were really gonna have their way with me. I genuinely would have died, because there's no way they were just gonna take that car and leave me as a girl. Like, I know a man who was hijacked, right? And that man, he's a man, but he was taken, beaten, and then they threw him somewhere like outside of my city, right? So what were they gonna do with me? Way worse. Mind you, I am, obviously everyone is, I think everyone is, but one of my biggest fears is being, you know, like that thing, like grape. That is one of my biggest fears. So that would have happened. If not killed me, they would have definitely done that, and maybe more, maybe cut me and stuff. And then when I lost control of the wheel, it started, like, I honestly felt like, and this is genuine, I felt like I was not in control anymore. It was so weird because I had full control and then randomly I just lost control. And in that moment, I genuinely felt like an angel was driving. Like an angel basically took that place, you know? And I truly believe it's because of God's protection that I didn't die that day, that I did not have any broken bones, literally no broken bones, broken ribs. Mind you, I wasn't wearing a seatbelt. I was not wearing a seatbelt. So much could have happened to me. There was nothing broken, nothing, just some fractures here and there, but nothing broken. I'm not paralyzed. I can still walk properly. Those men, once I hit, they fled, because there's just other roads there. So they fled. And I really think that was the base case scenario in that whole situation, because so much worse could have happened and I don't know where I'd be right now, you know? And there's so much more of that story that I could unpack, but honestly, more than anything, like looking back at it, I just see the hand of God so much. I see God's love and his grace for me. And yeah, I'm just so grateful. I'm really so grateful. And I feel like it's so crazy how literally that day I was talking to Keith about like crime and everything, and literally one of the worst things that could possibly happens to me. But luckily it wasn't actually a successful hijacking, and even in the accident I didn't die, you know, which I could have. And the fact that it was a week before YWAM, I'm telling you, that was the devil. He was trying to scare me. He was really trying to scare me because he knew that my life was never going to be the same again, and he was trying to stop that, and he did not succeed, and I'm so grateful. But coming back to SA, I have definitely been like traumatized by the whole situation because I hate driving at night, like way more than I did. I am extremely paranoid. Like the minute I see a car next to me at night, I'm so paranoid. I'm so paranoid. Yeah, it really kind of wrecked me. But also, like, because I've been praying about it and I've prayed about it and I've enlisted other people to help me pray about it, I've also seen how Keith likes to say this thing that what does he say? Bravery is not the absence of fear, but like doing things despite that fear. So I've seen how brave the Holy Spirit has made me, because even despite the fear and anxiety, I can still drive at night. I can still drive just regular, even though I'm very paranoid. And the first time I came back to SA and I was driving again and I had to drive at night, I literally cried. I literally broke down in tears and cried. Like even going to church at night, don't like it. And church is quite closer than a lot of other places, but it just really freaks me out. Or it used to freak me out way more than it does now. Honestly, I'm better at it now. Like I still have anxiety, but it's not as bad as July when I first got here. So that's also a testament of God's grace and goodness. And like things happen in this world that are way beyond our control, but all things work together for good for those who love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. And if you hear nothing else from this story time today, that's what you should remember, that God is a protector and all things work together for good. Even the things that were meant to harm you and break you and kill you. But yeah, that was my story. I hope it encouraged someone. If you have a similar story, share it with me. I'd love to know. If you want to, share anything, you can in the comments. You know, I enjoy interacting with you guys. I'm happy that I'm back. I'm hoping that it's going to be, rhythm. As you can tell, guys, please forgive me if there was any awkwardness in this video. I'm still getting back to it, okay? But once I'm back, I'm back. Okay, and that's on period.